Well, I got a new car, a new automobile. For me, it's not a brand new car. I bought a 22-year-old car. It is a 2003 Trailblazer. And what I love about it is fully loaded. It has leather seats, they're heated. It has a radio that works. It has a CD player. I'm kind of afraid to put a CD in it because it's not wanting to take the CD in, which means I wouldn't be able to eject it once it got in there. And it's a borrowed CD, and I have a bunch of CDs, but this one's a borrowed one because I can't buy it right now. It's the Raspberries CD from the Greatest Hits through the library, and I don't want to put a CD in it that I can't get out. But anyway, the radio works, FM and AM, power windows, power door locks, all the power works except for the power steering, and we're driving it kind of manually. If the air in the front tires go a little bit low, then I have a problem steering it. But right now it's steering kind of like an old farm truck would. But and that seems like it'd be a problem, except the price of it was so good that it was something I could afford to pay cash for, and the insurance is going to be high enough on the income that I currently have. So hopefully I will be able to get some work from a business that I have started. And I have been swimming every day. So for the last 2 weeks, I have not walked the 22 to 24,000 steps a day that I was walking. How many weeks was it? It was somewhere around 3 to 4 weeks that I walked from Morton Avenue to the YMCA, which is a 3-mile walk. But when you walk and you take the back streets and you cut this way and cut that way, it really adds a lot of steps into it. So I have, because the shortest distance in car isn't really a safe walking trip. It's not something you can do safely because there's kind of busy roads. But anyway, so I had more in the seat, but it's an extended SUV, so it's really roomy. All the seats fold down, so I'm a little bit more comfortable in this than where I was staying, and I will say a lot more comfortable in this than where I was staying. Still not a house, it's still not a place to live, but it has got me out of the elements, and I'm able to get back and forth to being able to swim and hopefully be able to find some work to help upgrade everything I need to upgrade. But this automobile is fully loaded. I mean, to buy it brand new, it'd probably be a $50,000 automobile. And I got it from Facebook Marketplace, and I paid less than $1,000 for it. I paid $750 for it. And it runs really good, starts right up. There's nothing wrong with the motor. Doesn't appear to be anything wrong with the motor or anything wrong with it. It creaks and settles, but that's because the previous owner had put a lift kit on it, and when they took the lift kit off, I think it had to settle back down into being regular. The tires look brand new on it. I've had to air up the front tires a couple of times, and I mean not a lot, just put a little bit more air in them so that it would steer a little bit easier for me. And it's kind of like if the tires go flat, you know, like a pancake, and all that weight is setting on them, it's harder to turn it than if it's more narrow and it doesn't have as large a surface to turn. So anyway, so I'm happy with this, I will say. And I have to file a lawsuit, so I didn't want to spend all my money because it's going to cost me somewhere between $150 and $200 to file the lawsuit. And I bargained with him, reasoned with him, trying to get an article taken down off of the internet that slandered me. And so they won't remove it and haven't removed it. So the next alternative is to sue. And I know that there's freedom of the press, but to maliciously slander somebody to the point where they cannot earn a living or find housing because of the slander, that and the malice, it was done with malice. In other words, they did it intentionally to harm me financially, and in my career. So it was done with malice. So anyway, in order to prove it, even a government official is not immune from slander lawsuits. So I guess it will come to fruition or whatever, come to the truth as to whether or not they quoted the prosecutor correctly, because the prosecutor did not charge me with making a threat. He charged me with harassment. So why he would have told a news agency that I had made a threat when the evidence pointed to something far different than that. He maliciously tried to build a case, is what it appears. Either that or there was something vindictive done by the reporter himself. So we'll figure it out anyway, and take it one step at a time. But I talked to a sheriff's deputy yesterday who said, I hope things start going your way. So there was a big issue with the fact that I don't pay taxes on Social Security benefits and other people do, and what they don't realize or act like they know is that when you are drawing money from a pension plan, 401k cafeteria, or retirement plan, those were set aside so that you weren't taxed on that money that was going into that account at the time that you earned it. So when you withdraw it, it has to be taxed. I don't have any retirement plans that I can be taxed on. No cafeterias, no 401ks, anything like that. I'm only receiving Social Security benefits, and that money was not taken out of the check before it was taxed. I paid taxes on the income that paid the premium, because it's kind of like an insurance policy that you receive Social Security at retirement age, and you're not taxed on it because what you paid into it, when you paid into it, that money was taxed, and then they withdrew the Social Security benefit or portion out of that. So if you put it away into a tax shelter, you weren't taxed on it at the time that it was taken out. So you have to be taxed on it after it comes out. And I was talking to another sheriff's deputy about that the other day, because he thought that that people that were retired shouldn't have to pay taxes. I said, well, that really wouldn't be fair, because I was taxed on my entire income, and I didn't have children, so I didn't have that deduction. Because people who have children take home a lot more of their paycheck than I did. As a matter of fact, I worked in jobs where they took home their entire paycheck and didn't pay taxes, and that might have given them an extra $100 a week, and to feed and clothe their children. And one child was enough that they didn't have to pay taxes. So multiple children, they could earn a whole lot more and not pay taxes on. So that's the issue, is that there are people who don't have the ability or the cognitive skills to put that together. They don't understand that for some reason. They just feel like that they shouldn't be taxed on it. But they were told at the time that it was taken out, that it was taken out pre-taxes, meaning it wasn't taxed, and that gave them a tax shelter. So when it is withdrawn, then they have to pay taxes on it. And I said it wouldn't be fair for me to be taxed on my entire income, and them not to get away, and them to never be taxed on that income after they draw it out. Because if somebody was in a tax bracket where they would be paying 40% instead of 25%, and they took and put that into a retirement account and then were taxed on it, on the money in a lower tax bracket, that still is saving them money when they withdraw at retirement age. So anyway, a lot of things have been happening, so thought I'd catch you up.